All right, so really quick prediction here in a fight that I really have no interest in. Eubank and Liam Smith part 2. Okay. It's very clear that the boxing establishment in England, in old England there, want Eubank to get his title back. So I'm just going to say it right now. Eubanks is going to win a decision, whether it's controversial or not. Okay? I would imagine that Eubank will use his jab and use his reach this time and take no risks whatsoever into a very, very boring, somewhat one-sided decision. Okay? You know, the British, and God bless them, I'm not bad-mouthing them, but they tend to do that with guys where the guy that they don't want to, where the guy where they want to win loses. You know what I'm saying? They tend to do that. They tend to do that with guys that. They tend to do that with guys who win the fight that they don't want to win the fight. They tend to throw them in quick rematches. They did the same thing with Usyk against Joshua. They did the same thing with Warrington with the 15 fucking title shots that he's got, right? If the guy that the establishment wants to win doesn't win, they're quick to throw him in a rematch. And this is a case of the same thing, man. It's nothing new. So, I mean, I hope Liam Smith pulls it off. Like I say, I do like the Smith brothers. I appreciate them. I like Callum. I like Liam. They all seem like solid fellas to me, so nothing against them. I do hope Liam whips Chris Eubanks' ass again. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think Eubanks is going to use his height and reach, jab him to death, and cruise to a decision, bro. Like I said, and it's very clear that the boxing establishment over there in England, wants to give Eubanks this win back. Another reason why, and I know I saw that Precise had mentioned this in his video as well. Shout out to Precise. Another reason why I want Liam Smith to win this fight is because I think he's a lot more likely to fight Janibek, and I think that would be a good fight for Janibek to have. I don't think Eubank will have any interest in doing that whatsoever because Janibek's got the unification fight with Vincenzo Gualtieri in mid-October there. So I think Liam Smith would be the guy that would actually take on that challenge, whereas, Eubank will be content with outpointing sea-level fighters in his own backyard. Whereas Liam Smith is a little bit more willing to take risk. So, all things considered, I hope Liam Smith pulls it off. And I'm not going to do some big film study on this shit and blah, 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 blah. We all know what happened in the first fight, and we all know what they're aiming for in the rematch, which is to get Chris Eubank this win back. And my only other thing that I will say is I appreciate, like, Tim Tszyu. I appreciate even Nico Ali Walsh to an extent. Even though he's got the last name, he's not trying to live off his father's reputation, or in Nico's case, his grandfather's reputation. Whereas guys like Chavez Jr. and Eubanks Jr. and some of the other sons and grandsons, they're very quick to constantly mention that, oh, my dad was the GOAT or a GOAT, the GOAT of his era, etc., blah, 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 blah. So that's another thing I never really appreciated about Chris Eubank, and that's another reason why I want to see Liam win this fight here. So, all things considered, hope Liam pulls it off, but I got Chris Eubanks winning a somewhat competitive unanimous decision, whether it's controversial or not. Please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. God bless you all. And if you feel like donating to the channel, the Cash App will be in the comment section. And I'm out of here.